Normally, when you take a guided tour around a cave, you pay a bit of money, you get a tour guide, and they can help you out with the experience, giving you knowledge, insights, history, and of course, keeping you safe and the cave being protected all in one go. Today, I stand in Mallorca, Spain, in a cave that doesn't have any of that, it seems. It's got barricades, and it seems that the cave owners are trusting the tourists to know what to do. But there's no information, there's no tour guides, and it even has some interesting speleothems, which I've never seen before in my life, that are just hanging around. Nobody knows what they are because there are no signs to say what they are, which I think is quite a shame. And in this video, I'm going to try to talk about cave tourism as a whole, which can be quite difficult because every cave is different. Now, I used to be a cave tour guide myself, and so I do know the ins and outs of the industry in England quite a fair bit. Now, mainly a cave tour guide will make sure that people don't do things they're not supposed to do. Now, one of these things is touch the speleothems. Now, speleothems are basically what are all around me. They're made of calcite, and they've taken millions and millions of years to form. Now, think about your basic stalagmite and stalactite, and right there you've got a speleothem. Now, to basically stop a speleothem from growing, to stop that millions of years worth of process, you only have got to do one thing, and that's touch it. If you touch the top of a stalagmite, you stop its growth forever. The reason being is because of the oil on our hands. Now, oil from your hands will stop the water direction flowing because oil and water don't mix, and it's the water containing the minerals that actually help these speleothems grow. Now, you've noticed I'm in a room full of speleothems in this cave, and there's no cave tour guide to tell me not to touch anything. So I've seen a lot of people today touching these speleothems, pretty much halting their growth forever. Of course, you want to open caves up to the public, but there's always, in my head, some responsibility to tell people not to do things that they really should not be doing. Now, there's other problems that I like to talk about, such as LanternFlora. Now, lantern meaning light, the lantern you carry, and flora means plant. And LanternFlora is basically plants that are growing from lights, and you get these in caves quite a bit. Now, take this one right here. This is a perfect example of LanternFlora and what I used to look at a lot at my workplace when I did work as a cave tour guide. This is really common in caves. This is where the light shining for perhaps 7 hours a day for 7 days a week is going to start giving enough nutrients alongside the water to start growing this mossy substance. Now, that's quite alarming on the pure white calcite, isn't it? And some caves actually do turn off the lights. I've seen a really good example in Buxton, Paul's Cavern. They actually turn off the lights after the tourists leave the room so that there's less chance of this happening onto the really precious calcite that's been growing. There are obvious other implications of trying to open a cave to tourists, like rubbish, for instance. There's always going to be a problem, right? There's always going to be difficulties, and it's the way that we mitigate them that's really going to help caves keep their lifespan and keep looking amazing and good forever, which is a little bit impossible with cave tourism. Now, one thing I want to leave you on is, for every cave that is open to tourists, there are thousands of caves that are closed to everyone, and only cavers can really go in them. So there is an argument that yes, we should let people see these things. Everyone should have access to see these things. But I think there's also a responsibility to keep them protected as well. Now, I know a lot of you will have differing opinions from me, so I would love to hear them. Keep them cool in the comments, and I will get back to you. See you soon.